The Gospel according to Mary Magdalene. The Gospel of Mary. Chapter 4. Pages 1 to 6 of the manuscript containing chapters 1 to 3 are lost. The extant starts on page 7. Will matter be destroyed or not? The Saviour said, all nature, all formations, all creatures exist in and with one another, and they'll be resolved again into their own roots. For the nature of matter is resolved into the roots of its own nature alone. He who has ears, let him hear. Peter said to him, since you have explained everything to us, tell us this also. What is the sin of the world? The Saviour said, there is no sin, but it is you who make sin when you do things that are like the nature of adultery, which is called sin. That is why the good came into your midst, to the essence of every nature, in order to restore it to its roots. Then he continued and said, that is why you become sick and die. You are deprived of the one who can heal you. He who has a mind to understand, let him understand. Matter gave birth to a passion that has no equal, which proceeded from something contrary to nature. Then there arises a disturbance in the whole body. That is why I say to you, be good of courage, and if you are discouraged, be encouraged in the presence of the different forms of nature. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. When the Blessed One had said this, he greeted them all, saying, peace be with you, receive my peace unto yourselves. Beware that no one lead you astray, saying, lo here or lo there, for the Son of Man is with you. Follow after him. Those who seek him will find him. Go then and preach in the gospel of the kingdom. Do not lay down the rules beyond what I have appointed to you. And do not give law like a lawgiver, lest you be constrained by it. When he said this, he departed. Chapter 5. But they were grieved, they wept greatly, saying, how shall we go to the Gentiles and preach the gospel of him, of the kingdom of the Son of Man? If they did not spare him, how will they spare us? Then Mary stood up and greeted them all. She said to her brethren, do not weep and do not grieve or be irresolute, for his grace will be with you entirely, and you will protect and with you and will protect you. But rather let us praise his greatness, for he has prepared us and made us into men. When Mary said this, she turned their hearts to the good, and they began to discuss the words of the Saviour. Peter said to Mary, sister, we know that the Saviour loved you more than the rest of the women. Tell us the words of the Saviour which you remember, which you know. but we do not, nor have we heard them." Mary answered and said, "What is hidden from you I will proclaim to you." And she began to speak to them these words. She said, "I saw the Lord in a vision, and I said to him, 'Lord, I saw you today in a vision.' He answered me and said to me, 'Blessed are you that you did not waver in the sight of me, for where the mind is, there is the treasure.' I said to him, 'Lord, how does he who sees that vision sees it through the soul or through the spirit?' The Saviour answered and said, 'He does not see it through the soul, nor does he see it through the spirit, but the mind that is between the two that sees the vision, and that is.'" Pages 11 to 14 are missing from the manuscript. Chapter 8. It. And Desire said, "I did not see you descending, but now I see you ascending. Why do you lie, since you belong to me?" The soul answered me and said, "I saw you. You did not see me nor recognize me. I served you as a garment, and you did not know me." When it said this, the soul went away rejoicing gladly. Again it came to the third power, which was called Ignorance. The power questioned the soul, saying, "Where are you going? In wickedness you were bound. But you are bound. Do not judge." And the soul said, "Why do you judge me, although I have not judged? I was bound, though I was bound, though I have not bound. I was not recognized, but I have recognized that all is being dissolved, both the earthly things and the heavenly." When the soul had overcome the third power, it went upwards and saw the fourth power, which took 7 forms: the first form of darkness, the second form of desire, the third ignorance, the fourth is excitement of death, the fifth is the kingdom of the flesh, the sixth is the foolish wisdom of the flesh, the seventh is the wrathful wisdom, these are the 7 powers of wrath. They asked the soul, "Whence did you come, slayer of men, or whence you were asking, conqueror of space?" The soul answered and said, "What binds me has been slain, and what turns me about has been overcome, and my desire has ended, and ignorance has died. In an aeon I was released from the world, in a type from a type, from the fetter of oblivion, which is transient. From this time on I will attain the rest of the time, of the season, of the aeon, in silence." Chapter 9. When Mary had said this, she fell silent, since it was this point that the Saviour had spoken with her. But Andrew answered and said to the brethren, "Say what you wish to say, what she has said, but at least do not believe that the Saviour said this, for certainly these teachings are strange ideas." Peter answered and spoke concerning these same things. He questioned them about the Saviour. Did he really speak privately with the woman and did not openly to us? Are we to turn about and all listen to her? Did he prefer her to us? Then Mary wept and said to Peter, My brother Peter, what do you think? Do you think I have thought this up for myself in my heart, or that I am lying about the Saviour? Levi answered to Peter and said to Peter, Peter, you have always been hot-tempered. Now I see you contending against the woman like adversaries. But if the Saviour made her worthy, who are you indeed to reject her? Surely the Saviour knows her very well. That is why he loved her more than us. Rather let us be ashamed and put on the perfect man and separate as he commanded us and preach the gospel, not laying down any other rule or other law beyond what the Saviour said. And then when they heard this, they began to go forth to proclaim and preach.